Hello friends and welcome to the rain-soaked, starvation-led, chilly misery that is Banished with the Colonial Charter mod. Last episode, well, I certainly gathered a fair number of responses based on my having led my population to the brink of and beyond starvation. Yes, not all is sunny here in the land of Colonelsburg. Yeah, lots of death, lots of woe, mayhem, and the wailing and gnashing of teeth. So this week we're hopefully going to try and turn that around a little bit. We are effectively doubling down on every type of farming that we can think of, in order to try and get ourselves back on track, get our population blooming once more. And to do this, the blooming in question is going to come from several different avenues. The first of which is no building unless I feel it's absolutely necessary. So you can guarantee that I'm going to feel it's absolutely necessary. That's just a thing that's going to happen. I'm a sod for building when it's not wise to do so. The second of which is focusing almost purely on the generation of logs and food. There you go. Simply in order to try and get everything moving in the right direction again. So at the moment we have just 86 food in storage, but we are away from having the latest harvest. I have buckled and got fishermen on the go. You know, as much as I'm not a fisherman fan. That's the word. There you go. In games normally, I have succumbed and set up a fishing dock just to keep some food trickling in all year round. But primarily, it's about getting the big stuff going, about getting the fields actually yielding. And I may be about to buckle and make fields that are the super size, the one person, one farmer operating an 11 by 11, which is apparently the optimum that I should be looking at. I don't want to, though. It feels like as much as I try and play in such a way that over time I figure out best practice and so forth. For the most part, what I try and do is just play the hell out of the game and let the chips fall where they may. Like having this whacking great cornfield here, which has got 8 people working on it. What's the yield looking like? The yield looks like it might come off. And then, of course, we've got this watermill has got 118 wheat in there. You know what? That's a lot of wheat already, and we're about to get a lot more. I think we want to increase the number of people who work here. You know. Right. What would you be called? You're a miller, almost certainly. Let's give you some backup so that we can run the mill a little more consistently. What would be nice actually is if the mill were to animate to show that it was in operation. I can't remember the game. There's another game that's rather like this, with a standard a windmill that actually shows that it's working when it's working. Hey, well, whatever. I've got a couple of bakers. Oh no, apparently I've only got one baker. I thought I'd got more than one baker. There it is. There's the baker, and it's got 93 flour. Yeah, you see, that's where I'm probably coming unstuck, is not having the reserve of food is low. Yeah, thanks for that. And that's probably where I'm coming unstuck, is that I've invested an awful lot of real estate into this flour system, but I'm not getting the throughput out the other end. Yeah. So maybe another baker would be a good plan. Equally, getting some local storage set up so that my farming folk can deliver. This is again a suggestion that has come through comments. Is probably a good idea. So a barn of some ilk, probably here, I guess. Might not be a terrible idea. Right. Okay. My my limitation on not building any roads does on road there. See, you've just stepped on your gag there, man. My limitation on not building more houses, I am not extending to roads. Let's get that trotting down here. I've got a couple of builders. They can, they can build if they want to. Right, where are we? We've got fuel stored now. That's good. We've got a little bit of wood stored. That's also good. And the food's coming in. But where are we? 3,000-ish is not going to get us through a long, hard, cruel winter. So I don't think there's anything. To be honest, given the population size, I should be absolutely swimming in redundant food now. Where am I screwing this up? Maybe it is local storage is the problem. Given that this barn is frequently full, yeah, that's what's going to be the cause. All right, let's get a storage barn up as my build project. Or do we want to go for a magazine? It's able to store huge quantities of resources. I mean, look at the size of that thing. It may feel excessive, but I can't help but think that actually having somewhere so local to the farming, and I'm going to expand the rest of this area with farms as well, that might be a good way to go. Right, okay, Mr. Merchant. While I've set that in motion, what are you packing here? Nothing but food. All right, well, let's get as much of it as we can. Sell all of my candles. Is that it? I've got 32 candles and nothing else. All right, well, that's going to get me 256 somethings. And I guess I'm going to go with, what do we fancy here? Let's go with potatoes. Potatoes are a good solid staple. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's a laughable amount, but it all goes somewhere. It all counts. Right. What do you need? Log and stone. That's fine. We've got stone in store, certainly. Right, and then let's. You're saying you need 5 builders at the moment. I'm not. I'm just planning the area out. Okay. I'm not breaching my own treaty immediately. Right. How are you chaps doing? What have we actually got in here? We can have 7 llamas in there. And we've only got 1 sheep's. Come on, sheep. Procreate thyself. Do some kind of Dolly the Sheep-esque self-division, and come up with wonderment. Right, we're growing olives in there. Actually, let's have a look and see what we've got in stock overall. You see, because you're facing in the wrong direction here. You're going to need to go and interrogate the governor. No. Go and interrogate town hall. Right, current. Can we sort by current? Of course we can't. Inventory. That's what we want. Sort by quantity. Okay, feathers. What can we use feathers for? Yeah, I've got a lot of feathers. What would they actually be? Alma's the woodcutter is frozen to death. Sorry, Alma's. But it's rough out here in frontier land. Then we've got a bunch of clay. That's fine. I'll use that. Wheat. We've got tons of. And that's why a second mill might be a good call. Because unless we can actually turn that wheat into something that people can, readily digest, there's not a whole lot of point. We've got 1,000 lumber. Who's making lumber? Didn't I? That would have been the watermill here, which I've since. Yeah, these guys would have been the ones making lumber, so that's fine. That's. Oh yeah, I was making furniture with it. Of course I was. Right. Stone plenty. Bone meal. What am I using that for? Don't know. Tobacco leaf, for reasons. I think I possibly bought that from a trade. Iron, fine reeds, grapes. Right, 5.92. I wonder if that counts as food. It should. People should eat those. Herbs, spinach. There's some food. Rock melon, venison. That's food. Sand is not food. Yes. Okay, well, look, I mean, what am I thinking here? Oh, items in homes. That could be fun. I don't know what I'm actually going to determine from that. Alright, so I think what's clear is after this magazine has been completed, and it's coming along nicely, certainly got all the supplies it needs. Once that's done, next up I'm going to build another mill. And another bakery to boot. Where's my existing bakers? It's around here somewhere. Because I know I set it up in such a way that it would be close-ish to the... I clicked on it a minute ago. Where have you... Seriously, man, you should learn what some of your buildings actually look like. You know, that's a thing you'll find beneficial. That's not a baker's, that's a house. What are you? House. House. Once again, house. That's me. My brewery. These are all houses. Where am I? What have I done? Farm. Apiary. Schoolhouse. Okay, well, so much for having a baker's nearby. Maybe it's out here near the... No, these are just butchers. Right, well, that answers that then. Let's put a baker's right next door to the... I saw it. Where the hell have I put it? Alright, okay, no, I'm on a mission now. I'm going to go find this thing. Where are you? Where are you? Loads of apiaries. No, give it up. Give it up. You've got a baker somewhere, but you can't find it. Anyway, we're going to build another baker's and we're going to build another mill. I think the magazine is open. The magazine is indeed open. We've got chicken, we've got eggs. Excellent. I might equally, given that the chicken farm here is now fully operational, I might build another one. Because obviously that will then double up the amount of chicken that is being created. Right. The good news is we did not have a starvation issue that particular winter. All right, we've got 106 wheat currently in the mill waiting to be processed. What are we actually looking here? We've still got another 600 that is not currently in the processing queue. Now I don't know if it's going off, but I think it would probably be sensible to. We could get a large windmill. No, I haven't got rope. Okay. Small windmill. Again, see the question about rope. Watermill needs brick. I don't really want to enable the brick system just yet. I want to wait until I'm much further along. All right. Well, let's get a bakery up right next door to this first mill. And somewhere around here. Well, we could stick it next to the magazine, but I wanted to stick another field or two in there. Have we got anywhere conducive? There we go, this will do. Did I already have that thought? No, I didn't already have that thought. Right, so we'll get another baker's in there, and then that's an urban house. If I recall, where are we? No, that's you build it. That's field. So you want this, and then that, and then ground for an urban bakery, maybe. Not now. Oh, hello. What's this? We got some nomads turned up. 15 of them. No. No, I'm not kidding. No more nomads. You brought nothing but pain and misery to the whole world last time I let you people. What are you telling me here? You're saying that you haven't got a tool. I have tools. Aplenty. Okay, right, good. Yes, fine. We seem to be back on a... well, on some kind of... what can you do with feathers? Should we investigate that? Refined resources. Tailor, no, unlikely. Weavers, again, unlikely. Rope. It's going to be, yeah, it's flax and reeds. Bedding. Bedding. Okay. Create bedding for use and or we can be traded for. Well, another trading resource would be a good. Stop building, man. All right. Okay. Well, we'll make something to do with bedding once we're back up and frisking, because I think that will help bring in a few extra simoleons and keep us chipper. Right. Let's get another pasture up here. See, I could slot in right there. Slot in another chicken farm. Did that take? I don't think it did. No, it's making a no-can-do chief kind of a sound. I guess that's not big enough. Alright, okay, fine. In which case, let's get another field instead. I'm going to build an 11 by 11, okay? Just to keep you happy. 11 fans. Actually, before I do that, let's get some more road in here. I want to keep people moving around this area nice and quickly. Right, and then we'll do another one. Where do you want it? Here, I suppose. Okay, right, so let's see what size we can get in here, shall we? Let's, something along these lines, right? What does 11 by 11 look like? Actually, pretty... no, you can't build one there. Can't be done. How about a 12 by 9? Well, you'll take it and you'll be happy with it. And then we'll build another one right next door to that is... a 13 by 14. Right, 2 more fields. Very close to the magazine. This can't help but be a good thing. I've got some labourers in stock, so that should be somewhat helpful. Actually, let's have a quick look at the lumber situation. I mean, look at all these things that I've got kind of powered down at the moment. Hello, Mush. I'm sure you've got something to trade, but I doubt I have. Actually, we've got 48 candles. What do we got here? 2,000 milk. We'll take the bacon, though. Actually, looking at my food stocks, I've bounced back. That's all good. Right, I don't need anything at the moment. Thank you very much for your kind and generous offer, but not interested. Clear off. Okay, 7 labourers. I think when I get to 10 labourers with all of my farms up and cheerful, then I'll look into re-enabling some of my money makers. Right, what should we grow? What would you grow in a field like this? Sugar beet. You can't eat that raw. That's for processing. All right, okay, it's only a little field. We're going to put that in here. You see, there you go. How little we care. I'm just going to have one fella working on this one. There we go. There you go. So this is going to be a sugar beet field. Now, our sugar I will probably process into some kind of luxury good of some description, which, all being well, will make people happy. Right, what do you got here? Is this sheep has still not procreated, which makes me question whether a single animal can. I'm reliably informed by the commenting chiefs out there that is entirely possible, is that a single animal will generate its own herd over time. I remain dubious. Right, in this one, let's have something that people can actually eat. Spinach. Plenty of iron. It's good for you. Let's make that a 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. All farms, max staff. And then we'll put our pasture in that one. There we go. Yeah, see, that's handsome. Where are we? Here we go. You. Do you need it that big? I don't think you do need it that big. I mean, that's pretty sizable for chickens. 11 by 7, that feels a little better. Actually, what's the smallest you can make? 7 by 7, I guess? Yeah, that doesn't really help me in terms of, you know, I can't slap 2 in there. Let's do it. There we go. We'll turn that into a secondary chicken outlet. Alright, we're now up over 11,000 food. I think the food crisis has passed. Which basically means I now need people to start procreating as though they mean it. Right, bakery. Right, let's put someone else to work in the bakers. Go. What are we going to make here? Well, we haven't got butter. Cows. I desperately want some cows. Sugar cookies. That could be nice. Now, does sugar beet need refining first? We'll just make it hard tack at the moment. But what have we got? Food processing. Food refining. We got dairy. No. Oil press. Not so much. Preservist. Salting house. Sugar house. Processes sugar cane and sugar beet into sugar and maple syrup. Maple sap. Right. Okay, right. Well, that's going to be next on the agenda then. As much as I don't have an awful lot of sugar beet coming in, being able to do something with it afterwards is probably a good move. Right, where are we at building-wise? I guess the only building project I've got going on is this one. Yes. And again, we could probably still benefit from a little bit extra woodworking going on. Here's the Forester's Lodge. Let's up the log limit to 10,000? Really? That feels a little extreme. Alright, let's go 5. Not that we're anywhere close to hitting that, but that feels a little bit more usable. Right, so we've got one logging camp set up over here. Another one, because obviously I'm sticking hunting folk with loggers to kind of maximise the output. We could probably get another bridge out here for yet more logging fun. Do we want to issue a bridge build? We could put like a wooden bridge or something like that, maybe. What do you got? Wooden bridge. Yeah, that's cheap. So if we were to go, I guess from here over to here. All right, it's booked. We've booked it. Right, and we'll pave all of it. No, that's dirt road. We can do a little bit better than dirt road, I'm thinking. There we go, something like that. It's going to be good. And then, yes, okay, and then I will set that up as an additional logging resource, because well, it's pretty obvious. I would far sooner have a surplus in all things than running a shortage of any description. Okay, I think that's going to take us to our destination for today. How's the magazine filling up? A few eggs, bit of chicken, hell of a lot of feathers. Alright, so I think what I'm going to be doing is the first thing I'll switch back on is my brick making operation. Just a quick interrogation of how many bricks I've got in store. Inventory. Let's go by name here. Bricks. None. Okay, yes, bricks. That's what we're going to switch on first. We'll get bricks back in operation, which means that I need. Well, let's have a look and see what I've got turned off. So here's the fuel refinery. We've got no one in the fuel refinery right now. And then the brickworks are next door. We've got clay galore. The number of cities, glassworks, glassmaker. Right, get out of it. In fact, let's get a brickmaker on the go. What would they be called? Aren't they called something? There's a kilnsman. Yeah, we'll get that going. Despite the fact we're not making furnace fuel right now. Is that why? Why do you think that's a great plan then? Yeah, we'll leave him in. No, we won't. No, we won't. We'll leave that well alone. I need to be making more firewood. Although maybe that comes as a result of not making enough wood. Full stop. These and other questions will be answered next time. Thanks very much for watching today. I've been Colonel Failure. Yes, progress limited. Yes, certainly, I concur. However, we are on a more even keel now than we were before. And hey, look, the little new fields are. They're coming along nicely. That's good. This is all good. Right, you, chickens. I need a spare person to become a herder. Right, look, I've said I'm leaving. We're leaving. Yeah, please leave us a like. Subscribe if you've not done so already. I'll be back next time, and hopefully we'll start to rebuild our population that went through the winter of much discontent, and we'll be able to propel ourselves onwards and upwards to bigger and brighter and bolder and sexier things. Thanks for watching. I'll catch up with you very soon. Cheerio.
Listen.